Hi guys, it's Bree, and I'm coming at you guys today with a video that is pertaining to spring break and vacationing. Spring break is approaching. It's probably next week is for us here. I don't know. Probably the weeks to come is going to be spring break for different people in different areas. But either way, spring break is approaching, and I wanted to talk to you guys about vacationing, and if you're going to be traveling within the United States or out of the country. Either way, the first thing is obviously to be safe, be careful, and but the other thing that I also wanted to talk to you guys is just some tips on how to make sure that you have a successful and safe trip. One of the things that is very important is that you know who you're traveling with and you know their information. You'd be surprised at how many people travel with a friend where they just know this is Sally or this is Kim or this is Mike. You need to know who you're traveling with. You need to know their name. I mean, try to get as much information. Sorry, I'm moving too much. Try to have as much information as you can about this person that you're traveling with. Especially if you're going out of the country, you know, you want to make sure that you know some information about this person. The next thing is, and I have really bad memory. I had this stuff written down and I don't know where I put it, so I'm just going off the top of my head the things that were important. The other thing is, make sure that if you're going away and you're going to be staying somewhere and a friend of yours is like, oh, we're going to go to Vegas and my girlfriend lives there and she's going to let us stay at her house. That's great, that's fine. Make sure you know some information about that person. Make sure that you know where this person lives, and make sure somebody knows where you're going. It's not being paranoid, it's not being over the top, it's just that you just want to be careful and you want to make sure that you're keeping yourself safe. The next thing is that if you are traveling, if you're traveling, like let's say you're traveling out of the country and your cell phone is not going to be working or you're not going to have service, even if you are going to have service, make sure that if somebody's picking you up from the airport, that they know your flight information. They know what time that you're getting there. They know your flight number. They know information that if they don't see you, that they would be able to ask questions and inquire on why you're not there. And vice versa, that if you get there and your cell phone's not working, you know that this person knows I'm going to be here at this time, or I'll wait for you at such and such place, or I'll wait for you at the baggage collections, something like that. Make sure you have communication with the person that's picking you up prior to your leaving. If your flight's delayed, make sure you call and let them know I'm not going to get there at 2, I'll be there at 3, or I should be there around 3:30. Those are just a couple of tips that I have that I think will allow you to be a little safer. If you're girls or even guys, if you're going to be traveling, the more people sometimes the better, because you can travel together. If you're girls going out 2 or more, I would suggest traveling in 2 or more. Know where you're going to be staying at. This is now getting away from the safety tips. Those are safety tips. Now, tips for your travel, for your vacation to go smoothly. The first thing that I would suggest, I'm kind of a planner and I do like spontaneity, but I like to have a plan. That way, I mean, if Usher and Chris Brown don't show up, I have a plan and I don't waste my entire time trying to figure out things to do, because you're going to a place that most likely you probably haven't been, or you don't live there and you don't know the area as well. So you want to have some ideas of some things that you want to do, places you want to go, and things like that. So with that being said, I would plan out where I'm staying, obviously, if it's in a hotel or with someone, where the distance, what are all the amenities and that the area has to offer. Are you staying in an area that is close to these attractions, or are you further? If you are further out, you know, kind of plan out how you'll be getting there, if it's a taxi, if it's a shuttle, or anything like that, so that you can make sure that you also have enough money to maneuver and get where you need to go. The other reason why I like to plan my activities and events is because, let's say you want to do 5 of these activities, and you get there and one of the activities costs $500, and maybe you didn't know that. So, you know, I like to call, get information, so that I can kind of have an idea based on my budget, how many activities I may be able to do, what's the time frame. Because if I'm going on vacation, I don't vacation very often. So I want to get the most out of my vacation that I can. So I don't want to be trying to figure out, oh, you know, oh, how am I going to get to this? It's all the way out across town, or, you know, oh, this is $300 to see the show. I didn't know, you know, things like that. I know in advance. Now, with that being said, that doesn't mean that I'm like OCD and everything is like has to be planned out. It's just a plan that you have initially that you know. I mean, if you get there and everything is popping and you're gonna have a great time, you don't need these things, then you leave that to the side. But you plan. I make these plans so that if I get there and everything, and these are fun things that I want to do anyway. So if like, you know, Usher doesn't come and sweep me off my feet, this is what I'll be doing, and those activities are fine for me. The other thing is, make sure you pack your bag wisely. Make sure that you know the rules that the airport has. Can you check in a bag? Does it cost money to check in the bag? What is the weight requirement for the bag? And if you're having a bag that you're carrying on, what sizes and things can you have in your carry-on that will be allowed to go onto the plane with you, or will you have to have them in your bag that you're checking in if you're checking in a bag? Make sure that you get travel size items. I always suggest, if you don't, you can always also get travel size little bottles if you have a certain lotion or perfume that you want to bring that you don't want to buy something travel size that you don't like. You can get the little bottles and pour the lotion into them and take that with you in the travel sizes, and that'll be just fine for carry on as well as for checking in. So you just want to make sure that you know your flight times, that you know how long ahead of time you need to be there for checking in, and keep in mind that it is spring break, so there's going to be a lot of people traveling, so you want to get to the airport within enough time to check in and settle in and all that. So I also have another video on how to pack your bag, what are the essential things, because a lot of times you pack things that you may not necessarily need, or you you omit things that you need. So I don't want to make this video too long, so I am going to make another video just showing you guys what I would pack in my bag and maybe what I would leave if I was traveling. I'm going to be actually traveling next week, so this goes right into what I'm doing as well. So I'll show you guys some of the things that I would pack and some of the things that I probably wouldn't pack. So, and you guys let me know your feedback. If I leave anything out, let me know. I think that's it that I want to talk to you guys about. So I bought some things, but I guess I'll show you that in another video. So rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Love you. Bye.